जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Jai Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe
Jaya Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe
Jayo Nita Gauranga Jaya Nita Gauranga Nita Gauranga Jaya Nita Gauranga
Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtottara Sadashi Hey Shrivan Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Anantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatithama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter number 14, text number 18. Sarvashraman Upadhaya Sarvashraman Upadhaya Sarvashraman Upadhaya Swashramena Kalatravan Swashramena Kalatravan Swashramena Kalatravan Vyasanarnavam Vyasana Arnavam Athiti Vyasanarnavam Vyathiti Vyasanarnavam Adhyeti Jala Yanai Yatarnavam जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् सर्वाश्रमानुपादाय सर्व स्वश्रमेण कलत्रवा व्यसनार्णवान् यत्येति जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् सर्वाश्रमान् उपादाय स्वश्रामेण कलद्रवा व्यसनार्णवम् अत्येति जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् सर्वाश्रमान् उपादाय स्वश्रमेण कलत्रवा व्यसनार्णवम् अत्येति जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् सर्वाश्रमानुपादाय स्वाश्रमेण कलत्रवा व्यसनार्णवम् अत्येति जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् सर्वाश्रमानुपादाय स्वश्रामेण कलत्रवा व्यसनार्णवान् कद्येति जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् सर्वाश्रमानुपादाय स्वाश्रमेण कलत्रवा व्यसनार्णवम् यत्येति जलयानैर्यतार्णवम् सर्वाश्रमानुपादाय स्वाश्रमेण कलत्रवान् व्यसनार्णवम् यत्येति जलयानैर्यतार्णवम्. Word meaning: Sarva, all, ashraman, social orders, upadaya, completing, swa, own, ashramena, by the social order, khalatravan, a person living with a wife, vyasana arnavam, the dangerous ocean of material existence, atyeti, one can cross over, jalayanaihi, with the sea-going vessels, yata, as, arnavam, the ocean. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: as one can cross over the ocean with the sea-going vessels, one can cross the dangerous situation of material ocean by living with a wife. Translation with repetition: as one can cross over the ocean with the sea-going vessels, one can cross the dangerous situation of material ocean by living with a wife. Purport: there are four social orders for cooperation in the endeavor for liberation. For material existence, the order of brahmacharya or pious student's life, household life with a wife, retirement life, and renounce life all depend for successful advancement on the householders. On the householder who lives with a wife. This cooperation is essential for the proper functioning of the institution of the four social orders and the four spiritual orders of life. This Vedic Varnashrama system is generally known as the caste system. The man who lives with a wife has a great responsibility in maintaining the members of the other social orders, the brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, and sannyasis. Except for the grihasthas or the householders, everyone is supposed to engage in spiritual advancement of life. And therefore, the brahmacharis, the vanaprastha, and sannyasi have very little time to earn a livelihood. They therefore collect alms from the grihasthas and thus they secure bare necessities of life and cultivate spiritual understanding by helping the other three sections of society cultivate spiritual values. The householder also makes advancement in spiritual life. Ultimately, every member of the society automatically becomes spiritually advanced and easily cross the ocean of new science. This is Bhakti Vedanta Purpose. ॐ अज्ञानादिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादिभाष्यातिदेशदारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री उद्धित गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. The chapter Pregnancy of Dithi in the evening. We earlier shlokas discussing about the Dithi's approach to Kashyapa Muni, who is the husband of Dithi. Dithi put forward her desire to have children. To beget a children, she want to have sex with his husband, Kashyapa. Dithi is in distress because others of her sisters who are also married to Kashyapa, total 13 wives Kashyapa was having, Dithi was one. All other 12 sisters were having the children, so Dithi was distressed because she was not having the child or children. So very humble way, the Aditi is put forward the request to the Kashyapa Muni by glorifying him. By Kashyapa was as a Prajapati, his duty to beget the children. And begetting a children also glorious to you, Kashyapa. So you bless me with the children. So ultimately she is desiring for sex in the evening. So when Kashyapa was performing his evening rituals. So Prabhupada say, because in the evening the rituals, some auspicious spiritual practices is going on. Now the right time, Kashyapa would have rejected the approach of Diti, but he didn't do that. Instead, Kashyapa Munis agreed, and in the previous shloka, Kashyapa was telling, "O afflicted one, I shall forthwith gratify whatever desire to dear to you. For who else but you is the source of three perfections of liberation." Three perfections of the liberation talks about dharma, artha, kama, and ultimately the moksha. So Prabhupada saying that. So today's shloka, the Kashyapa is further telling, as one can cross over the ocean with the sea-going vessels, one can cross the dangerous situation of the material ocean by living with a wife. So, anyone fell into the ocean, definitely survival is very difficult. So, comparing that this material world also, one fall into this material ocean, and for him it's very difficult to get out of this material entanglement, to go back to Godhead. So there is a reason this comparing a ocean is so dangerous, like that this material world also is so very dangerous to cross over and get out of this birth and a cycle. And Kashyapa Muni is telling here that okay, the wife, living with the wife, is a vessels, sea-going vessels. So vessels mean in ancient time the people used to swim by catch hold of the vessel, means some kind of vessel. So there's a full of air, so that it don't sink. So can vessel or some wood is floating. So similarly, here giving the comparison, a wife in the material world, someone is married. The wife helps one to cross over the dangerous situation of the material ocean by living with the wife, we are saying. Prabhupada in the commentary say, there are 4 social orders for cooperation in the endeavor of liberation from the material existence. Now 4 social orders like Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa Ashrama. The whole purpose of human life itself is get rid of the suffering condition of the material world. The same way, all the 4 divisions in the society ultimately designed to get out of this. So there is a cooperation between 3 orders, ultimately helping each other, or these 3 orders. There is a 3 social orders and 3 spiritual divisions. And Lord has designed this. So it's like a ladder. Now you fell into the ocean or material nuisance. And the ladder, okay, the Lord is also given a facility, okay, through the Varnashrama Dharma, gradual progress. One can come out of this ocean of material suffering. So, what is the cooperation here? Say, Prabhupada, in Varnashrama, that the three divisions are depending on Grihastha, Brahmacharis, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasis. That is the reason a Grihastha has the very high responsibility to take care of all these three other social divisions. So, Brahmacharis, Prabhupada say, the order of Brahmacharya, the pious student life. Prabhupada say, or pious student life. So, only some certain class of people get the opportunity to follow proper strict brahmacharya. So that is here say the pious student's life and household life with the wife grihasthashrama and retired life as a vanaprastha and renounced life is a sannyasi. All depend for the successful advancement on the householders who lives with the wife. All depend for successful advancement on householder who lives with wife. So here you see Prabhupada in earlier when earlier Shoka, when Kashyapa Muni's desire to fulfill desire of the Diti, Prabhupada comments, devotion service, who engage in devotion service, such people not be afflicted by this kind of desires. So Kashyapa Muni was not a devotee like Mahabhagavata, like Vidura. So he is not able to control his senses. So Prabhupada also commented many other places about someone is not able to control his senses. There is opportunity for him to engage his senses, sense gratification through the Grihastha ashrama. Otherwise, one no need to go to the Grihastha ashrama. One can follow brahmacharya continuously and brahmacharya to sannyasa ashram and get into liberation. And someone is not able to control his senses, for him has given the opportunity to lead a grihastha life, live with the wife. And again, lot of responsibility even for the grihastha, because ultimately he also have to elevate. How a grihastha's elevation? Because he have the supporting other three dependents, the brahmacharis, vanaprasthas and sannyasis. The Vedic Varnashra system is generally known as the caste system. The man who lives with the wife has a great responsibility in maintaining the members of the other social orders. And the brahmacharis, vanaprasthas and sannyasis, except the grihasthas or the householders, everyone is supposed to engage in the spiritual advancement of life. And therefore, brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, sannyasis have very little time for earn their livelihood. So, brahmacharis are busy in studies of the Shastra under the guidance of the spiritual master and learning how to conquer the death. That was the lesson they learned from the spiritual master. And Vanaprastha also, after his Grihastha ashrama, he give up and try to detach from all the material activities and family affection. So Vanaprastha also go, leave the home, live away from the family life and material activities, and live with the saintly people and acquire more spiritual knowledge. Go to pilgrimage places, or where the sadhus are in the forest where practice spirituality. So those people also not have any time for the livelihood. And anyway, sannyasis are totally renounced. They don't leave one place for longer time. They keep on changing the place of sannyasis. Sannyasis are a different category of some sannyasis. The sannyasis Putichaka prepare a kutir and live nearby. And Bahudaka are the big arm from different places and live a livelihood. And Parivrajaka move place to place. And Paramahamsa completely absorbed in the devotion service. So they also totally engage in the spiritual activities. So therefore, collect alms from the grihastha, and thus they secure the bare necessities of life and cultivate spiritual understanding. So these are three categories. Get little food from the grihastha and just maintain their body. By helping other three sections of society cultivate spiritual values, the householder also makes advancement in the spiritual life. So, because all these three are depending on for the maintaining their body with grihastha. So grihastha get the association of these three divisions. So association of the society cultivate helping other three sections of society cultivate spiritual knowledge. The grihastha will cultivate spiritual knowledge and advance in the spiritual light. Ultimately, every member of the society automatically becomes spiritually advanced and easily cross the ocean of nuisance. Cooperatively. So, the Lord is, when creating this world, Lord has the best arrangement for the human society or living entity to get out of this material world. So, by just following the orders of the Lord, what the way the Lord is designed this material world, act according to the Shastric injection, one able to cross the suffering of the material world. So that is the reason any system is given by the Lord is good. And there is advantage and disadvantages in that system. So someone is quicker process, someone is slower process. The choice is left to the individual. So that is the reason here Kashyapa Muni say, the living in the wife is the one to cross over the material ocean. For example, someone not have the, very easy to understand here because Kashyapa is afflicted by sex desire. Someone has the desire who cannot able to maintain the brahmacharya life, then one can enter the grihastha life so that live with the wife and both cooperatively performing the devotional practices. One can attain the the ultimate perfection. So, Lord is given Chaturvarnyamaya Shushtam Guna Karma Vivashaka. So, Bhagavan, the Lord has given this Varnashrama system. The whole purpose of the Varnashrama system, as Shastra say, Varnashramacharat Vatha Purushena Paraha Puman Vishnu Aradyate Pantha Nanyat Tattosha Karanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashrama. There is no other way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must be situated in the institution of four Varnas and Ashramas. So, the whole purpose of Varna Ashrama Dharma, what is Lord is created, ultimately end in Vishnu worship or perfect follow of Varnashrama Dharma is ultimately coming to the platform of Vishnu Aradhita, Vishnu Ashra. Varnashrama Acharit Vishnur Aradhyati Pantha, worshipping the Lord Vishnu. So, if you see the whole creation of this material world, the Lord, because every individual has a desire of enjoyment, He created this world, okay, whatever the desire the individual having, you can enjoy. So, Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita about just following the Lord's order, one can be peaceful. So Krishna is telling here, so one should perform the yajna to please the devatas. By cooperating the devatas, sa yajnatah prajaha srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavisyadhvam yeshava stostita kamaduk. In the beginning of the creation, the Lord of all the creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with the sacrifices for the Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, "Be thou happy by this yajna sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you all desirable things." If someone want to enjoy the material world, so the desire is there for individual. That's the reason we are taken birth. And after taken birth, one want to enjoy the material world the best. And Krishna has created this universe. And he also sent the creatures like men and demigods, generation of men and demigods, along with the sacrifices for the Vishnu. So that's the reason so many Vishnu worship methods also explained in the Shastra, you given that. And bless them by saying, you be happy by performing the yajna. So, want to happy or want to enjoy this material world even, yajna is the must. So without yajna, one is not performing the yajna, even in this material world, whatever the happiness, experience happiness is not possible. So Lord is created the best system, and one follow the instructions of the Lord as the Shastra's instruction. One able to take the best benefit or the maximum enjoyment or happiness one can derive from this material world. Otherwise, whatever other arrangement is a man is do, ultimately the door for the other sufferings. Any new arrangement other than the Lord's order, what is the Lord is given the instruction, one cannot be happy in this material world. So whole here say the material creation by the Lord of the creature Vishnu is chance offered to the conditioned soul to come back to the come back to home, back to Godhead. All living entity within the material creation are conditioned by material nature because of their forgetfulness of their relationship to the God, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Vedic principles are the help us to understand this eternal relation. As it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedas Sarver Aham Veda Vedya Aham Veva Vedyaha. The Lord says that the purpose of the Vedas to understand Him. In the Vedic hymns, it is said, Patim Vishwasya Teshwaram. Therefore, the Lord of the living entities is the Supreme Personality Godhead Vishnu. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, Srila Sukadeva Goswami described the Lord is a Pati in so many ways. So there is a Bhagavata Shloka, Shriyapathir, Yajnapathir, Pajapathir, Dhiyapathir, Lokapathir Dharapatihi, Pathir Gatis, Chandaka, Vrishni, Swatotham, Prasidatam me Bhagavan Satampatihi. So, the Lord Vishnu is the Lord of all creature, of all worlds, and all beauties, the protector of everyone. The Lord is created this material world for the conditioned souls to learn how to perform yajnas, sacrifice, for the cultivation of, for the satisfaction of Vishnu, so that while in the material world they can be very comfortable without anxiety. So the whole Varnashrama Dharma system is Lord created to benefit a jiva. To, in that sense, was Kashyapa Muni is telling, because his desire to have one with his wife. So that is the reason he is justifying what is his desire is. Leaving the wife is helpful one to cross the dangerous situation of this material ocean. So, furthermore, Kashyapa Muni's talk. So I'll stop here. Anyone have questions? Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada ki